Hello y'all, this is Second Sengoku, an alternate history mod for Hearts of Iron 4 that takes place in a world where the Japanese Boshin War was won by the Shogun rather than the Emperor. I will say I am using an early access version of the mod, so what you see here may be different in the final released version. We are going to play as the Tokugawa Shogunate, located in central Japan. The shogunate was restored after the Japanese Republic in 1930 broke down. It is a country backed by traditionalists whose populace is increasingly militarizing. The people of this nation are prepared to reunify Japan for the shogun. Starting off, we have four national spirits, and they are caste system, outdated naval industry, unruly military high staff, and the looming war. Moving on to the military, we have 14 divisions in the army. 8 are elite samurai divisions. I think they're like tough infantry or something. I don't know, honestly. 3 normal infantry divisions and 3 cavalry divisions. And we also have a navy, and it has 2 fleets, and one of those fleets includes the pride of the fleet, the Tokugawa, which is a battleship. As for commanders for the land forces, we have quite a few generals and field marshals, and for our sea-based units, we have a couple admirals. Now let's talk about military technology and what we have unlocked there. The shogunate has access to traditional weapons, which are basic weapons in this mod, no armor at all, no tanks, basic artillery, and basic fighter planes. Before we get into the focus tree, I just want to say, look how nice the UI is. And also, you may notice we have 2 country leaders. Well, sort of. I think in most cases it's supposed to be like the head of state and the head of government, but for some countries, it's the leader and their spouse. We're going to move all of our divisions to a location near the island of Notojima, which is the headquarters of the Holy Order of the Knights of Amaterasu. I don't think they like us too much. And in the focus tree, we're going to do a few focuses that will help our economy/industry and our military. The Knights have made their move. The Amaterasu fanboys have seized one of our provinces, and we are also receiving reports saying that, quote, enemy fortresses have been found deep into our territory. We must call up our reserves and do our best to destroy our foe as fast as possible. With the outbreak of war, we have brought the police to our aid. If we don't win this conflict in a certain amount of time, we will have to deal with an officer's revolt. While we're in the decisions menu, you may notice we have to deal with the Great Depression. As we play, our country will passively recover from that. Moving back to the topic of war, we're going to have our numerous police battalions hold back the units in the fortresses behind our lines. Meanwhile, at the same time, our main army with all of our best troops are going to advance on the enemy capital. Just as we take a couple of the fortresses and we're about to capture Notojima, an event tells us an armistice has been signed. Oh well, at least we won. Due to the fact we came out on top in the fighting, we no longer have the terrible national spirits, unruly military high staff, and looming war. The shogun is calling for reforms. Inspired by the British and Prussian constitutional monarchies, he has called out for politicians from all across the political spectrum to meet at a first Japanese Congress. Someone is sure to be upset about this, and this event will complete the focus, First Japanese Congress. A bombing has taken place at the Congress. Many of the delegates escaped the blast, but the person behind this dastardly deed accomplished their goal of killing the leader of the shogunate. With his death, he shall be succeeded by his son, whose first edict was to suspend the Congress indefinitely and strip the delegates of all power they had. The Congress has defied this order, however, and are meeting anyway. In response to this, we will have the police deal with them. There is a new man in charge now, and due to our choice in the previous event, 4 paths lie in front of us. Will the shogunate beat the drums of war, keep the fragile established balance of power, open up more to the west, or isolate itself? Time will tell, what our decision will be. In the focus tree, we're going to do regain our honor, shogunate guardians, conditional sigiri, internal attacks, and securing the east. So we have Tokugawa Imasta Tokugawa as our country leader. He has the trait, the autocratic shogun. Historically, he was the hereditary head of the former shogunal branch of the Tokugawa clan and was the final president of the House of Peers in the Diet of Japan. Korea has gotten a new emperor, and besides that, the Soviets, or well, the Far Eastern Soviet Republic, may attack them at some point, but I don't know. On the island of Kyushu, a clan revolt has started. Continuing our way to the focus tree, we're going to complete Path to Liberation, Budo Spirit, Force Seppuku, Army of the Divine Wind, Securing the West, and Shogunate Warpath. To help build up our army, we're going to use some decisions we unlocked that will allow us to raise different samurai units. Let's finish up the rest of the political branch of our focus tree by completing Saibatsu movements, National Defense Industry, Nationalized War Industry, and Ashigaru battalions. Using a special decision called Crush the Imperials, we're soon going to declare war on the Imperial state of Kansai, led by Emperor Hirohito. So we're about to have a shogun versus emperor situation on our hands. Our conflict with the Heavenly Sovereign has begun, and our initial offensive has gone well so far. We encircled a few divisions, and our units have reached the outskirts of the enemy capital of Kyoto. While we're busy with our own issues, the Soviets and their allies have started fighting with the Koreans. With Ashigaru battalions done, we have found ourselves with 6 new divisions. Due to events in Europe, the French colony in Japan is going to start fighting the British colony in Japan. Boshin War II drags on, and it has been quite brutal. We've lost about slightly over 300,000 troops. Meanwhile, our foe, the Emperor, has lost nearly 1 million soldiers. We have trapped more enemy units, and to add to this, we have finally captured the capital of the Imperial state of Kansai. We have defeated the Japanese Emperor. Let's take all of his territory, shall we? The Shogun has triumphed over perhaps his greatest rival, and while we did not achieve the reunification of Japan, realistically, if you consider its size and the fact it controls the traditional cultural capital of the nation, it should have no problems exerting its will over everyone else in the Japanese archipelago. I think I'm going to end the video here. If you enjoyed the mod, check out the second Sengoku mod Discord in the video description. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day. I'll see y'all later. Bye.